Do you ever think about how many people have ideas to write a book? I find it fascinating how few people actually complete their book, let alone copyright it when they're done. The percentage is so low. The reason this is the case is that people feel once the book is done, they win. It's over, when in reality, they are just getting started. And it's actually simpler than they've realized. Today, I'm going to talk with you about how to own your wealthy story with copyright. Hey kings and queens, I'm Warner Hughes, CEO of Great Gale, mangaka of Bold Saga, and I'm also an author. I have to date self-published 14 books, 10 of which were completed this year in 2023. And the best part is that they all have copyrights. And then on top of that, registered copyrights. So, let's get into it. If you're taking notes, I'm going to be sharing the gems in my vault. I'm so excited to do that, to help you win kings and queens. But even more vital than writing is doing. Apply this to get to the next level. So, what is a copyright? Many people have heard this word before. Some people confuse it with another term, but we're going to get into it. Copyright is a type of intellectual property that protects an original work of authorship as soon as an author fixes the work in a tangible form of expression. In copyright law, there are a lot of different types of work, including paintings, photographs, illustrations, musical compositions, sound recordings, computer programs, books, poems, blog posts, movies, architectural works, plays, and so much more. See, when you create your idea in a tangible form, again, when you create your idea in a tangible form, let's say it's your manga one-shot, your light novel, your book, congrats, you did it. It's crazy how less than 3% of people who start their story never finish it, and even less self-publish it. Far fewer copyright. I believe people are under a misconception. One is, once I make my story, I own it. I own it 100%. That's a yes and a major no. Again, a major no. See, when you create your work, you are the copyright owner, but a major no, because if you don't register your copyright, with copyright.gov, you can't truly prove you are the owner, like if you have to go to litigation. So when you register your copyright, here are some of the benefits. You can resell your work in different formats. We got Bold Saga in so many formats. License it to be sold by different publishers and companies. Protect your work from the wolves, malicious people who take advantage of your ignorance. In the event you have to go through litigation. Copyright.gov says the most important step is registering the work. Yes, getting your copyright. Registering a work is not mandatory, but for U.S. works, registration or refusal is necessary to enforce the exclusive rights of copyright through litigation. Timely registration allows copyright owners to seek certain types of monetary damages and attorney fees if there is a lawsuit, and also provides a presumption that information on the registration certificate is correct. Registering a copyright is simple. I believe it gets confused with the trademarks. See, trademarks that's a whole different world. Generally, though, a copyright can be done by yourself. Yes, just you. You can do it yourself. Here's what you do. Just go to copyright.gov, read the articles and information that they have, their resources, and then apply it. It costs under $100. Again, it costs under $100. And the review time is quick, generally within 4 to 6 months or so. If you have any issues with your copyright, an examiner will reach out to you and answer any questions. When you do your copyright, there are different types of works. Here are some simple ones to remember. Making a manga, like these, apply for visual material. Making a book, apply for text. So, why does all of this matter? Why am I even talking about this? Because most authors overlook copyright. They think that when you make it, you own it. You own it 100% once you make it, once you're finished. That's not technically true. See, a wolf can come along, see you shining, copyright your work, and run off with all the rewards. Just add a little twist and a turn here and there. Ridiculous. That's why my favorite scene in Iron Man 1 is when Obadiah Stane told Tony, "You really think that just because you have an idea, it belongs to you? Unless you register your copyright, once you release your story, art, etc. online, it's public domain." That is a bigger topic. We're not covering that tonight, but basically it means it's free for anyone to use. That's why I love what Derek Miner said. Ownership is the new black. I take ownership very seriously. So much so I wrote a book on it for mangaka called 7 Steps to Creating Your Dream Manga Series. I got tired of seeing so many new and aspiring mangaka creating their works but not owning them, not maximizing their full potential. See, once you register your story, that's the first stage of ownership. The next one is trademarks. But again, that's another topic. We're not covering that today. I just find it tragic how many people apply for one-shots, put their manga online, try to build a buzz and a hype around their story, which is the fruits, without getting a copyright, which is the roots. Just like without roots, a tree dies. Without a copyright, your story will die. You came this far, kings and queens, working day and night, all-nighters, taking pay cuts to pursue your purpose, and for what? Just to throw it into the winds of public domain? Don't let this be you. You finally turned your ideas into a valuable gemstone, your story. Isn't it time you make your story applaud for you by protecting it? We know you love your story. We know that you've put in the work. Now it's time to go to the next level so you can enjoy the wealth from it as opposed to being worried about not having that protection, not having that copyright. In other words, the ideas from your story create a dream mansion. Without a copyright, you're just a squatter. You claim to own it but don't have the proof to back it up. But when you have a copyright, when you register that copyright with copyright.gov, you're like a homeowner and the dream mansion is paid off, free, and clear. Which one would you rather be? Shoot, I know which one I would be. And I know which one I would rather be, owning the dream mansion. Now, just imagine this. When you own your dream mansion, you can pass it on to your family. I love how Proverbs 31:22 in the Amplified puts it. A good man leaves an inheritance of moral stability and goodness to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinners finds its way eventually into the hands of the righteous, for whom it was laid up. You can add other extensions to the mansion. These are the other benefits of it. That equals basically your spin-offs, your derivatives, all that other stuff. You can even list the mansion as an Airbnb, which is basically you licensing your story. It's all possible with copyright. You give yourself the power to confidently walk into your purpose, to go from wasted to wealth. I love how Jim Rohn puts it. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Isn't it time we get that fortune, kings and queens? See, I challenge you to think differently. We enjoy the manga and publishing industry as consumers, but when we look at the creators, we see a fatal trend. And you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's basically overwork, underpaid, exhausted, premature death, etc. Too many of us are working ourselves to death. This is Karoshi. I challenge you to work yourself back to life. This is Kaizen. To every day get 1% better and watch how your life transforms. Until next time, keep winning, kings and queens.